The time is 11:03 and you're tuned into the mid-morning talk with me, Fazila Isaac, on Salam Media. We are joined by Fatima Asmal, who is the co-director of Ilm SA, and we also have Amina Khatri Jamal, who's the founder of Friends Healing Hearts. So we're going to start off with Sister Amina. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing today?
Very well, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for joining us today.
No, it's a real pleasure to be on Salam Media. Thank you so much.
So let's start off with yourself and the foundation that you're with. You're with the Friends Healing Heart. So give us some insight into yourself and the foundation as well.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman rahim. Well, Friends Healing Heart, Friends was actually formed about 5 years ago. And Healing Heart is just one of the different categories of Friends. Under Friends, which is the umbrella body, we have many other categories under Friends. Now, Healing Heart is one that is dedicated especially for widows and divorcees. So 5 years ago, I'm a widow now for over 9 years. And I always felt that there was a need for having Healing Hearts to have a group, as a support group for widows and divorcees, because there was nothing that I could, attend or be with or have people that could give me that support. And that is what was in my mind. And I always said that when I am ready myself, then I'd like to start this group. So, alhamdulillah, Razia Baks, who is the founder of Friends, she approached me, and then I said, I have this idea in my mind. And alhamdulillah, together we have that. So we also have another group, Soul Sisters, Friends Soul Sisters, where women under 40 are part of that group. So basically, it is a WhatsApp support group. And I'm glad that we started it that way, because during COVID, we still could be in contact and continue mentoring and supporting all the ladies, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah for that. Sister Fatima, have you joined us yet?
Gee, I have. Assalamu alaikum wa
Assalamu
rahmatullahi wa
alaikum.
barakatuh.
Okay, let's get into it. I know that you don't have much time. Give us some insight into Ilm SA. I know you're the co-director of Ilm SA. What is Ilm SA? And give us some insight into that.
Okay, by the way, I'm no longer in a hurry. I've told my son that after he finishes his Afrikaans matric paper, he just needs to sit in the car and let me finish this interview.
Ah,
So
perfect. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for that.
okay, so basically, Ilm SA, it's an acronym. It stands for the Institute for Learning and Motivation South Africa. As you and your listeners may know, Ilm is the Arabic word for knowledge, and our aim is to empower the community through education. We are a women-led organization, and a lot of our work is focused on women. For example, we support 7 rural / township madaris, all of which were founded by convert Muslims living in those specific areas. And then we have a dedicated bursary program. Many of our bursary students are female, not all of them though. And in the past, as well as currently, we assist a lot of single women as well as other women who may be widowed or who may be divorced with their various basic needs through our social welfare wing. So essentially, we are a women-led organization. One of our flagship programs is the Muslima Today Conference, which is a conference for women, by women, about women. It's held every year. It's been held for the past 9 years. Next year is going to be our 10th anniversary. So yes, inshallah, in a nutshell, that is what Ilm SA is about.
Alhamdulillah. This is such an important thing because we do have quite a bit of, women who do go through, becoming widows, unfortunately, and getting divorced. Of course, nobody starts a marriage wanting to end in divorce. It's just not why we get married. However, these are the things that actually happen. Now, the upcoming event. I know it does focus on divorcees and widows as well. Why has this particular theme been chosen?
You mean why we decided to focus on widows and divorcees?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, basically, I'm a divorcee myself. I'm not ashamed to admit that I've been married and divorced 3 times actually. Two of those marriages were abusive on various levels. So, alhamdulillah, ala kulli hal. I'm a single mother. My mom is a widow. I lost my dad 2 years ago. And so I'm speaking from personal experience when I say that widows and divorcees within our community and perhaps in other communities as well are marginalized in the sense that they find it very difficult to meet other people whom they can relate to. And it is very, very difficult for them to access a cost effective means towards dealing with the challenges that they face. I mean, therapy, for example, the average session is about 850 to 1,000 Rand per hour. And that's largely unaffordable for many of our sisters who may need grief counseling or who may need counseling after divorce. So basically, what had happened was, with regards to Ilm SA and our interest in jumping on this bandwagon, which was already initiated by Sister Amina Chaudhry Jamal, we had assisted in hosting an event featuring a female overseas speaker. And during that event, women were allowed to ask questions, and everybody could see the questions that they asked because they were supposed to ask the questions online. And we found that many of those questions were coming from sisters who were widowed or divorced. One of the questions that was really, really disturbing was one in which a single mother had admitted that she had turned to consuming alcohol as a means of countering her challenges. And after that, my co-trustee Azra Hassan and I chatted, and we decided that since this question wasn't answered, and there may be so many other sisters who have questions related to the situations which they face in regards to being divorced and widowed, we should create some kind of a platform whereby these questions could be answered, whereby they could be given coping skills, tools, and other mechanisms to counter the challenges which they face. But then I said to Azra, hang on, Sister Amina Chaudhry Jamal already has support groups for widows and divorcees. My mother is a part of the support group for widows, Healing Hearts, under the banner of Friends, and my mother has benefited enormously from being part of that group. Sister Amina actually took it upon herself to come all the way to where we live, which is very way out, and actually visit my mother one-on-one. And I'm told she does this for other sisters as well. So we said, why reinvent the wheel? Why don't we, in the spirit of fostering sisterhood, team up, put our heads and hearts and souls together, and conceptualize the idea for an ongoing series of empowerment workshops. So in a nutshell, that's how we came up with the idea for You Are Not Alone. And our launch event is being hosted, inshallah, on the 27th of November. But we hope that that will just be the first of many, many, many other such events targeting widows and divorcees exclusively, inshallah.
I mean, Sister Amina, let me ask you this: since you are dealing with, quite a bit of divorcees, etc., with the foundation that you have, how do you find the support of widows and divorcees, especially in South Africa? How do you feel people, like Sister Fatima said, there's a shame that comes with this, which should not even be that way, So, how would you describe the support that people get or women get, divorcees and widows get, especially here in this country?
Okay, it's. I think it's better if we separate the widows from the divorcees, right?
Yes.
Because when it comes to widows, there's they're very different in their grieving and in their loss and what they go through. It's actually a lot of sweet memories and things like that. When it comes to divorcees, there's a lot of anger, disappointment, and things like that. Therefore, I have separated the younger ladies. They have issues such as, parenting, co-parenting, parenting, maintenance, visitation, and then a lot of men are also holding on with the talaq, because they know that that's the only thing that they could hold on to. And so it's actually for these younger ladies, it's really tough out there. And they will tell you they go from this office to that organization, and it is just being prolonged. The agony is being prolonged. They have sometimes they just raise their hands up in exasperation, and they really don't know what to do anymore. So as far as that is concerned, it is very disappointing. The divorcees sometimes just feel like, where do I go? What do I do now? I don't know who else to ask. I don't know what to do. So if you look at it from that point of view, if you look at it from a society point of view, there is actually a little bit of change that's coming up now. Just very recently, somebody I know very well has actually proposed to a girl that was divorced, a boy who had never been married, for the parents to accept this and that. So that's a very good change that's coming about. But yes, being divorced, there is still that stigma. It's not gone completely, and these girls really battle. There's a lot of, on many fronts, they're having a difficulty. Imagine getting married and getting back to your parents' home, and parents then start treating you like a little child again. Now, you've been an adult, you've run your home, you've made your own decisions, and now you come back home, and now you have to be under them, in inverted commas. That becomes difficult for these young ladies who have been independent. Again, there are also issues where when the divorcee is already accepting her state, and then you've got the parents who are not in acceptance, and they can't deal with this issue of having my daughter come back home and what will people say and go back and try again and, all that kind of thing. When this lady who's come from that home knows exactly what she's gone through and definitely not going back into that dark hole again. So that's where I feel that there's a lot more that can be done to support these divorced women. Coming to the widows, as I said, they have very different emotions. And, I was telling Fatima, and Fatima is such an eloquent speaker and writer, and we're hoping that she can help us with this. We want to put a little handbook, together so that people understand widows. Almost every family has got a widow, especially after, that COVID and so forth. And incidentally, that's when I started a new group for women in Idda. And, in just one weekend, I had about 60 to 70 ladies join in. So you can see from there that there are so many widows. So what we want to do is, widows feel there's a lot of things that they need to tell the families, but they can't, or families don't understand them. And they don't really understand this whole grieving process and tend to be compared then to other women. Did you see that lady or that man's wife? She's so fine and she's moving on with life and, things like that. And there are certain things that you don't tell a widow, and so we need to educate our community, and maybe we can put a little handbook together, things to say when you visit a widow, things not to say when you visit a widow or when you go and meet people. And people at weddings sometimes can be, very cruel and ask certain types of questions at functions and things like that. So ladies always keep telling me this kind of thing. The other issue that we are having is that financial support makes people very desperate, and as a result, they end up in another relationship, thinking this will help me, this will sort my problem out, right? And I feel like there should be some organization that can help set up, like a Baitul Mal or something, but obviously not zakat. Many of these women are not zakatable, but they need that little bit of help just to get them going, get them started. Many women now work, are independent as well, but they can't totally get everything together. They've got children, so they've got to have a bed for the kids and things like that. I'm just giving very simple examples, but somewhere that they can go to for that help, so like a start off, and thereafter they'll be able to manage. Not something that we got to do on an ongoing basis, but these women are independent, they just need that bit of help. So we are finding that as a society, as a ummah, I feel we are failing the widows and we are failing the divorcees as well. A lot more needs to be done.
Inshallah, a program like this and foundations like the one that you have will be able to assist the woman, especially in their time of need. We're just going to take a quick ad break, and when we come back, we'll unpack a bit more about the upcoming event, inshallah. Stay tuned.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media, your humanitarian broadcaster.
There's no smell that takes me back to the comfort of my childhood than the smell of black seed oil being applied by my nani. Now I'm using Tib black seed in my own home to soothe sniffles and coughs, to help with digestion and immunity, and of course, as part of my beauty routine. After all these years, I've come to appreciate the wisdom in finding comfort and shifa in trusted treatments like Tib black seed. You can find Tib black seed at all leading pharmacies or find out more at blackseed.co.za.
South Africa, are you ready? Penny Appeal South Africa is proud to announce, for the first time in South Africa, For Good Tour featuring Saeed, Rehan Karim, Muad and friends coming to your city in November 2022.
I'm grateful for every single thing you've given me.
Cape Town, 19th of November. Johannesburg, 20th of November. Durban, 26th of November. Get your tickets via Quicket while seats are available. Proceeds in aid of Children of the World Project. Contact 031 1100 573 or email info@pennyappeal.org.za. See you there. For Good Tour, brought to you by Penny Appeal South Africa.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Al Bayt Lodge, your true home away from home. Al Bayt is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists, with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities. Conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities, your stay will be truly unforgettable, as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Al Bayt has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaytlodge.co.za.
It's a new beginning. It's a new era. Salam Media, humanitarian journalism.
The time is 11:22, and you're tuned into the Mid-Morning Talk with me, Fazila Isaac. We are joined by Sister Amina Katri Jamal, as well as Fatima Asmal, speaking to us about the upcoming You Are Not Alone workshop for widows and divorcees. So some very, very interesting insight into the lives of, women who are divorced, as well as women who are going through, the loss of their husbands as well. Sister Fatima, the current event, what can guests expect at the event?
The launch event is meant to be very, very broad in terms of targeting widows and divorcees and the general issues that they face. So just to quickly run you through the lineup of speakers, Sister Amina Katri Jamal herself will be speaking about her journey as a widow. And then we have a psychiatrist, Dr. Safia Ibrahim. She'll be speaking on the topic losing your life partner, coping mechanisms. Then we wanted to throw in a little bit of lightheartedness, because obviously the topics we're dealing with are very, very heavy. So another heavy topic, but by someone who I know is guaranteed to approach it in various ways, including the lighthearted, and that's Brother Idris Kamisa. He'll be addressing the topic life after divorce, how to live it. And then we wanted to look at divorce and bereavement, particularly on the part of women who have lost their husbands from an Islamic perspective. So we have Mu'allima Fazana Adam. She'll be dealing with the topic, coping with the death of your husband and divorce, a Quran and Sunnah perspective. And last but not least, we have Sister Qudsi Amal, and she'll be dealing with the topic, A Fairy Tale Shattered, My Journey Through and Post-Divorce. So you'll notice we have a little bit of personal experience, but coupled with that, we also have someone to impart coping mechanisms, coping skills, and knowledge as to how to deal with those two respective situations. Like Sister Amina said, they have to be dealt with separately, and that's what we are doing in terms of divorce and being widowed. We also have some nasheeds thrown in just to lighten things up a little. And a significant portion of the program, I would say, we haven't finalized the program yet. We finalized the speakers and topics, but as for the actual times, those haven't been finalized yet. But I would say that we plan on at least devoting an hour to feedback. So that is feedback from the sisters attending as to what topics specifically they would like us to cover in the future. Because this is not about me or Sister Amina or Sister Mariam, who's part of our organizing committee, or Sister Azza, my co-trustee. This is about the widows and divorcees who are attending and who, in attending, are showing that they need this kind of intervention. So a large segment of the program is going to be dedicated towards establishing from them, both through evaluation forms as well as the verbal discussion, what it is that they would like us to focus on in the future. Sister Amina mentioned divorcees facing issues like maintenance, co-parenting, visitation, access. That could be an entire workshop on its own. So that's basically a summary of what sisters in attendance or those wanting to register can expect.
I like the fact that the event, all of the things that are happening at the event is something that's so it's an overall comprehensive activities that are coming through, and guests who are going to speak. I think it's going to be so beneficial, especially for those who are attending, in that they can get a wholesome experience from this. What would you want to be the takeaway from this particular event?
Well, the takeaway is actually the title of the event, which is You Are Not Alone, because as divorcees, as widows, as single mothers, we often feel very, very alone. We often feel very, very isolated. We face various forms of judgment. Let's be honest, let's be frank, let's be very direct. Kutiama will probably address this in her talk. Often, people perceive us as wanting to steal their husbands. I'm not joking. That often is the perception that's out there. And that is why we are restricting this event exclusively to divorcees and widows, because we want people who can relate to one another to be present at the event. So I think the main take-home message we'd like people to leave with is that they are not alone. Help is available. You just need to find out where it's available and who's providing that help, and to let us know what kind of help we can provide, inshallah, so that we can fulfill particular needs of yours.
Alhamdulillah. And how does one attend the event? Are there tickets that need to be bought, registration, etc.?
Okay, so thanks to Sister Amina's group, my phone has been going absolutely crazy. My number is advertised on the poster together with hers. We have given people an online registration link, which from our perspective is the simplest way of registering. But having said that, we understand that a lot of our sisters, particularly those in the older age groups, face some challenges in terms of filling out an online form. So we're offering two methods of registration. The one is an online Google form. I'll give you the link. So it's http two dots, I think it's called a colon, / short URL .at /BOSUY. I think that's going to be very difficult for people to take down. So let me give you my phone number. They can WhatsApp me. I'll send them the link. And if they're unable to fill out the form online, I will arrange a suitable time at which to call them and register them over the phone. So my number, and I'll repeat it twice, it's 083 271 4500. That's 083 271 4500. Alternatively, drop me an email at info@ilmsa.co.za. That's info@ilmsa.co.za. And please remember to include your telephone number in that email. And I'll either send you the form if that's what you want, or I'll give you a call and register you over the phone.
Great. Jazakallah so much to you both for joining us today. Inshallah, I wish you all of the success with this upcoming event, and hopefully everything that you desire to come from it is going to happen. Jazakallah so much for your time.
Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. That was Sister Fatima Asmal as well as Sister Amina Khatri Jamal, who will be hosting the You Are Not Alone event. This is for divorcees and widows. It's going to be on Sunday, the 27th of November. The time is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It will be held at Noor 62 Sufi Sahib Drive in Riverside in Durban. And it is free, and it does include refreshments as well as lunch. To make contact to register, there is a link. To get that link, you can contact Sister Fatima on 083 271 4500 083 271 4500. We're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, our hitless guest will be joining us.